Hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad you could be here. Today what was today? Today was Wednesday. August 20th. As you can see, it is 3 a.m. on Thursday. But here we are. Here I am doing this. I'm back. After a day. I'm still here. Oh boy. I tried, I'm on YouTube too much, So for the 100th time, I'm like, I'm gonna quit this time. For sure. Any guesses on how that went? Did not go well. And it actually went okay for most of the day. It's just at night, because I've gotten used to staying up this late. And at night, there's not as, it doesn't feel like there as much, it doesn't feel that there is as much stuff to do, simply by being dark and late. Is that the reality? Probably not. But it feels that way. It feels like, well, there's nothing else to do, so I'll just watch YouTube for a bit. A bit turns into a few hours. Maybe more than that. Which I am not pleased with, to be honest. Yeah. How do you change that, though? How do you change? I don't know. I think I'm just weak. I'm a weak mind. I'm weak-willed. I'm just weak in general, honestly. Also, something I've heard is that, at least you're trying. It's like, well, yes, I am trying. And there is value in that. And certainly things to learn from that. It is not pointless or useless to try. But at the same time, if nothing ever changes, I'm not saying it's not worth the effort. I think it is worth the effort. But I just want to win. It's like my stats are down. My stats are tanking. What am I gonna do? I just gotta win. I need a better strategy. What should my strategy be? Okay. Well, I know you can't just stop. And what I mean is, You can't just stop doing something and expect it to not be appealing anymore. Watching YouTube is fun. It's easy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with watching YouTube. YouTube is great. There's all sorts of great things on YouTube. The issue is that I abuse it. Abuse is maybe a strong word. I use it for much longer than I would like. In retrospect, even in the moment, I'll be like, this has gone on a little too long. YouTube is great. Problem's me, this guy over here. This guy. Okay, so I know I can't just stop. I need to fill that time with something else. Because if I don't watch YouTube, all of a sudden I have all that free time. Or I have all that time that I would have spent watching YouTube doing nothing. And nothing ain't fun. Maybe it would be better to just do nothing. Because then I can at least, self-reflect and do that sort of thing. But it's not a viable strategy. Because the temptation is too great. It's like when your power goes out. You're like, well, all the stuff I would usually do, I can't. And you have no option. So you have to find something else to do. It's not a choice anymore. It's a necessity. So what do you do to fill that time? And it is difficult to make that decision when you're not forced to, essentially. When you have to do something, I don't mean like, oh man, I have to get this done. I mean like, there are no other options. You'll get it done. But rarely, at least in where I am, rarely, if ever, is that the case, right? So how do you make change that I want? I want to change. I want to improve myself by the metrics that I have set up for myself. Have I set metrics up for myself? I should set metrics up for myself. I should start by defining what metrics are. You know what I mean. I don't even know what metrics are. Maybe that's a good place to start. What are my metrics? What are my metrics? And after I decide, figure out or identify what my metrics are, how do I... metrics may not be the right word, but it's the word I'm using right now. How do I find the path to those metrics? They're just goals, really, just goals. I wish. You know what it is? It is like a fad diet. All right. You want there to be some new, innovative, cool solution. I want there to be some cool, innovative, new thing, something I've never thought of before, something exciting and intriguing and exciting to try. That's gonna work, 100%. But it's guaranteed to fail every time, because what does work are the basics. There is no fancy, newfangled solution. There's just the basics. Those are the things that are going to get you results. I just got it. What are the basics of changing habits? How do you even find what the basics are? Because it is certainly a lot of fluff, I guess. I don't know if that's mean. I'm sorry if that's mean. Maybe I'm looking for the same. Maybe I'm just making something up. What is obvious? What is obvious here? What are the basics? Stop the thing, do the other thing. That's pretty basic, right? Just stop, man. It's easy. Just stop it. Maybe. I don't think that's quite the whole story. There is something to stopping. Stopping. How could you stop? Okay, for YouTube. Could go cold turkey. Could go cold turkey. Oh, there's wings. So I don't know how you. That's a turkey, obviously. How do you go cold turkey? You just stop. For YouTube, for example, cold turkey. Just stop watching YouTube. And you could supplement that by like blocking it. Speaking to myself, I could stop it by blocking it, and I have it blocked on my phone. I have the YouTube app disabled because you can't delete YouTube off my phone for some reason. It is built into the phone, which is wonderful. Thank you for that, I guess. But I can disable it, so disable it, and I also have the website blocked, so I can't watch it through a browser. And that serves not necessarily as, because it's not like password protected or like, it's not going to stop me. But if I go to YouTube and it pops up and says, hey, this is blocked. Are you sure you want to do this? So it serves as a gentle reminder. And it's actually worked pretty well on my phone. On my computer, though. On my computer, I also have it blocked. But it does not work as well for me. Because I think mainly with YouTube on my phone is I was watching it when I was in bed. I'd go to bed and then stay up for like 3 hours on my phone, on YouTube, right? I stopped that. it kind of, other things took its place. But yeah. My computer, I do have it blocked. I've been experimenting with like setting like a time frame, or like today I had it just blocked like straight out, flat out, wiggly out. And then when I get to the time where it is blocked, I'm like, well, I want to watch YouTube, so I'm just going to unblock it and watch YouTube. So it isn't as effective. That method isn't as effective for me on the computer. But it does serve a purpose, I think. As with my phone, as a reminder. Like, okay, in case you forgot, you shouldn't do this. You told yourself you weren't going to do this. Here's the reminder. I know you want to do it, but here's the reminder. Don't do it. Shaking your finger. Don't do it. Don't do it. How can I aid that in being more successful? Maybe having a list of other things I can do. Because most of the time when I want to watch YouTube, either I'm, one, procrastinating, happens fairly frequently. Two, eating, that is fairly common. To get breakfast and then watch a YouTube video with my breakfast. And hopefully that doesn't turn into more than that, but it typically, it's like 50-50, how long that lasts. 3, what is procrastinating, eating, relaxing. I think I don't want to watch YouTube while I procrastinate. To procrastinate. That ain't good. I want to stop that. Stop that. I don't want to watch it while I eat. I don't think that's good. I want to stop that. Watching YouTube to relax, I don't think that's a bad thing. The thing is time management. So maybe I have in the past. I have used like a time limit on the blocking thing. Like I'll just do like 2 hours a day. I don't know how successful that's been in the past. It's mildly successful. Obviously, it wasn't successful enough for me to remember it till right now. That says management. That may be the way to go, because the time I use YouTube most frequently is in the evening, at night, when I'm done with the day, and I just want to relax. So maybe, instead of going cold turkey, because I don't feel that it's something that I need to go cold turkey with. It's not a danger to my health or anything. Sorry, I'm just rolling this cap around. It's kind of fun. Like a little fidget. Anyway. Yeah, time management. I think I'll try that. I'll set a timer for, I think 2 hours is reasonable. That is less than I typically do. I'm typically on for more than that. I don't because honestly, there's not a lot of videos I actually want to watch. like videos that like genuinely interest me. There's maybe like 4 videos a day that I'm like, yeah, I am excited to watch this video. And everything else is like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Mildly interesting. I enjoy it, but it doesn't necessarily have any meaning to me. Yes, not that it has to. I'm saying I get carried away easily, and perhaps having a time limit would help with that. Also, having a reason. Why do I want to stop watching YouTube? Why not just keep going? Why do I want to stop YouTube? Because I feel that I waste time. I know it impacts me. It affects the way I think and interact with the world, as anything does. But it affects me in a way that I don't particularly like sometimes. That's where it's impact, I guess. And I think that would just be the nature of like limiting time. The impact of it would be less, presumably. Presumably. Yeah. Waste time. Impact. That's the best I got. I will try the 2-hour time limit. I'll set that up right now. Oh, actually, wait. I was just watching YouTube and it's 3 a.m. So I'd already be over my 2-hour time limit for today. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll see how it's probably 3 hours of my watch time today. So I will make my watch time 5 hours. So I have 2 hours left in today. Oh, that's a flaw in the system. Because if I start watching at 10 p.m., I'll get my 2 hours in. And then I'll hit midnight and I'll get another 2 hours for that day. So I'll get 4 hours, a 4-hour block. But then that evening, I won't have anything till midnight. So then I might just stay up till midnight to watch 2 hours again. And maybe I'll just get in the habit of staying up till midnight so I can watch 2 hours of YouTube. Which I already stay up till like 5 a.m. anyway. So I don't want to stay up till 5 a.m. anymore. Maybe a time frame would be better. Like between 9 and midnight. That's a 3-hour time block. I think I would go with that. Because sometimes I go out and do things, and I won't get home till 10. Maybe having a time, what did I just say? A time block? A time block would be better. I'm doing all these motions with my hands, you can't even see it. Wasted. I'm not good at multitasking. I think that's obvious. A time block. Let's say from 9 to 12. So blocked the entire day except for 9 to 12. Are there any downsides with that? This is something I remember trying before as well. I don't know. It obviously did not work well. But I will try again. I am here with a new invigoration. It's also, what's also tough is that when I've had a hard day and I'm just fried, I don't necessarily want to take a nap, but I don't want to do anything. And YouTube is really nice to just put something silly on, put something kind of mindless on, or something that'll make me laugh. It's cathartic, if that's the appropriate word. That makes it tough too. Because then in those moments, yeah, I obviously want to watch YouTube. Those would be the hardest moments to resist the temptation. I mean, this is just one thing in my life, right? This is not a catch-all solution. This isn't the one thing that's holding me back. But I can only do one thing at a time. And I feel that this is a important part of how I live my life that I want to change, and that I've wanted to change for quite a while. To be honest, the amount of time I spend on YouTube, that I've spent on YouTube, the past 10 years has been substantial. It has helped me in a lot of ways. I remember when I first discovered YouTube, I guess. I kind of been having a rough time for a few years. I remember watching just a silly, funny video. And it was the first time that I laughed authentically, out loud, for the first time in a couple of years. That was really special. What a great gift that was. But as we've discussed here today, thank you for coming to my seminar. It didn't stop there. That is the high point. That is the island. That is the tip of the iceberg. That is the good stuff. Everything else, the other 90%, I'm like, I made the decisions I made. And now this is the decision I'm making. I'm sorry for my body. I don't know if you could hear that. Yeah. I'm tired of YouTube being not even really being a decision. It's almost it's almost a given in my day, and I don't like that. This is the decision I'm making now. I'm gonna set a time frame to watch YouTube. Not necessarily to stop, because again, I don't think it's a bad thing. But it is something to do. It is something I can do to change. And change in a way that I want to. To not feel that I am wasting my time. What am I wasting? What am I going to do with that time? I have some ideas. But I think first I need to feel that I have control of that time. So that is the choice I'm making now. Will it hold? I don't know. If not, I can always try again. Yeah, that's about it. I'll give you an update.